Is a dumb question. So as I'm going through the presentation, hopefully you have a pen next to you and you could write down the questions. So at the end, we can address all them. And I will answer what I can. If I can't, I will get back to you. So the other thing is, I just want to say thank you for attending tonight. I really appreciate you taking the time. Allianz is one of your preferred suppliers, and I'm going to try to make this as exciting as possible. Travel insurance is not that exciting, but it's important. So anyway, so just to kind of talk about, what are the top reasons why people need travel insurance? Life is unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen until it happens. Sick happens. You can be on a plane, you're going over to Europe, you're getting on that wonderful cruise, and oh my God, I got a sinus infection, I got a migraine headache. What do I do? Well, it may ruin your vacation, but we have an opportunity for you. Health insurance has limits. You'll get people saying, oh, I have my health insurance. Well, once they step outside of the United States of America, unless they are in the military, their insurance does not work. Okay. And the caveat with Allianz is all of our plans, except for the annuals, all of our plans are primary medical. So that means no out of pocket, no copay. Your customer is in a foreign country, they get sick, they go to the hospital, they're admitted to the hospital. They call Allianz, and Allianz sends the hospital letter of credit. Your customer does not see a bill. Travel delays. How many of us have experienced that? I was in Tennessee 2 weeks ago, and I think I was at the airport for 14 hours. They didn't have good shopping, so it was kind of boring. But, over 140,000 flights in 2024 were delayed or canceled. That's the highest volume globally. And I'm sure 2025 is going to beat that number. So then you'll also get the people saying, oh, my credit card covers my travel protection. Well, no, it doesn't. Because there's a lot of different credit card companies out there. Yes, they do have travel protection, but it's only for the misconnections or things like that. And it only covers the card holder. But they don't have medical. If they do have medical, I can guarantee you 90% of them, it's not primary. So your customer will have to pay out of pocket and then try to get reimbursed. And a lot of these credit card companies, their business is credit card. It's not travel insurance or travel protection. So be cautious when you're looking at them. All right. So why Allianz? I mean, what sets us apart from everyone else? What sets us apart is that we're the #1 global insurance brand, which speaks volume. We have worldwide expertise. We're in 34 countries, 16,000 employees. When you call an Allianz number, it's an Allianz employee, whether it's in Mexico or India or Richmond, Virginia, or me in New Jersey. So, and we have best in class experience. And that's important to you because you don't want to worry about your customers when they go away, nor do they want to worry about themselves. So a couple of plans that we have, I don't know if my picture's in the way here. Yeah, it does. A couple of plans that we have that are very important to you are the Premier plan, the Classic plan, and the Group plan. Now, just to go over some of them, the Premier plan, it's a luxury plan. It's multi-generational, and it's for world cruises. It's also for any other luxury vacation that you're going on. The trip cancellation is up to $200,000 per person. Primary medical, as I said, primary is your best-selling feature, ladies and gentlemen. The best-selling feature is $100,000. And kids under the age of 17 are free. Now, the Classic plan is a great go-to plan. Same thing, kids are free, trip cancellation is $100,000, primary medical is $50,000, and that's per person. Now, the thing is that we have group plans. If any of you do groups, really great for affinities, organizational groups, multi-generational groups, because it's non-age rated. So what does that mean? That means that doesn't matter if you're 8 years old, you're 80 years old, you're only paying for the cost of the trip. It does have pre-ex until final payment, and it's a great value for your customer. It has to be 10 or more rooms or 10 or more people in order to qualify for a group. Now, the thing that I want to talk about with this is that it's pre-ex until final. So what does that mean? Pre-existing conditions. So what it means is that your customers, you're booking a group and you get the people like, yeah, I need insurance right away. And then you get the naysayers, oh, my credit card covers it, this covers. No, it doesn't. So at the last minute, when you are talking about travel protection or travel insurance, let's call it travel protection, what happens is you have to talk about it early and often. And if somebody doesn't purchase it, I'm going to show you, you need to send them a waiver to cover yourself. But this pre-ex till final is they can book this plan up until the last minute. And understand with these two plans, pre-ex has to be within 14 days. But you can book either one of these plans 24 hours before your customer leaves. So keep that in mind. If they don't have a pre-existing condition, you can book it 24 hours before they leave. Don't make it 11 hours, make it 24 hours. So if you are not on Agent Max yet, take a picture with your camera, with your phone camera. You need to register online at Agent Max Online. Now, we do not use IATA numbers. We use what are called AdCam numbers. And your AdCam number is F209944. Okay? And these are the instructions on how to register for the Agent Max. And this is your proprietary site, and I'll explain that further. Now, why is it easy to use Agent Max? You can do product comparisons. You have the ability to save and your quotes and your emails. You could have what's called Max Mail, which if somebody didn't buy an insurance plan, what they do is you can set up Max Mail to give you a reminder that this person didn't buy insurance. So you might want to send them an email or something like that. It has specialized reports for you because this is your website. It's not the company's web portal. It's your web portal. It has advisors' tips. It has resources and help, and it shows you how to order brochures. So with that, let's just look at, this is what it looks like when you create an account. I blocked out numbers and stuff, but there's a couple of really important things here. Number one, your home, this is your home page, okay? So you select your state because we all know with insurance, there's 3 variables: the state that they live in, their age, and the cost of the trip. Those 3 are the most important variables. And you know what? New York may be cheaper than New Jersey. New Jersey may be more than Pennsylvania. But once you put the information in here, it'll deliver the product that's appropriate to the state that you're booking. So with this, that's your home screen. You don't worry about these 2. There's a resource center. There's a plethora of information in there. There is guides on how to, what to do, so on and so forth. Then you have a waiver. Now, I encourage you all, if you are booking travel protection and your customer does not want it, send them a waiver to protect yourself. And the other key is reports. Once you book anything in Allianz and Allianz Agent Max Online, everything you book is recorded in here. So say, for example, you want to look up Mr. and Mrs. Smith and when they purchased their plan, and you need to send that to corporate office in order to get paid your commission. You can download that and send it right off to corporate office, okay? The other thing is you fill out all of this information just the way it states, and you get a quote. And when you get a quote, there's several different plans that you have access to. And remember, I talked about these plans. What will happen is you'll get a quote for each of these plans, except for group, unless you do a group. So here, this is how you modify and cancel a policy. This is how you save quotes, and this is how you order brochures. So I'm going to show you how to do each of those. Okay, how do you modify a policy? What I encourage everyone to do, once they've booked a policy and they need to make any changes to it, what they have to do is go in to modify a policy. Because once you take it out of Agent Max and you call agent services, you're not going to see that change in Agent Max. So try to keep it in Agent Max. Go to modify my policy in Agent Max. If you have to cancel a policy, go in and cancel a policy in Agent Max. The other thing is save a quote. You can save all your quotes right here. Okay, and this number up here, if you have any questions, that's the number you're going to call 24/7 to ask them questions. So, okay, so I just did a quote for my customer. And, I just put this company name in here. It's Buckeye Cruise from Cancun. All right. I put in the name of the person it's going to, their email address, their name, and their email address, and say, hello, Marilyn. Thanks for booking with On Location. To follow up on our conversation, here is an email quote. Okay. So when you send that, they will get this whole thing of everything you discussed. And the most important thing is they're going to see this. And when they see this, they can purchase this quote right from here because it came from you. And it will go into your back office where you're getting credit for that purchase. All right. And then ordering brochures. Ordering brochures, what I recommend to everyone is go online, order brochures, because you can personalize them, put your email address and your phone number on it, but it will have the ad cam, which is how you get paid commission. And you can order brochures, keep them on your desktop when you're dealing with clients or you're sending them a quote, say brochure to follow, and send them the PDF of the brochures. Now, there are several different plans, like I said, and I mean, this you're going to need a magnifying glass to look at, but I just wanted to show you what the brochures look like, because this is good information for you as well. For example, it has the cancellation and interruption, what's covered, cancel only, what's covered. And then I can't read that. Then it's onboarding, or if you get denied boarding. So everything's on here. And on the back of that brochure has a lot of information for your customers. It also has terms and conditions. One thing I would like to say is you're not insurance agents. Don't answer questions. Send them to AllianzTravelInsurance.com to answer questions. There's a phone number there. They call that phone number. They give your ad cam number and ask the questions. You could just say, I'm a provider. I'm not an insurance expert. Can you please go to this website and call this number? Okay. But this has all the information that they will need when you are booking their plans. The other thing is, if you have not done it yet, go to AllianzAdvantage.com. It's a one-stop resource center for you. It's frequently asked questions. It's how-to guides. It's training resource. It's advisors' handbooks, how to overcome objections. And what if somebody tells me my credit card covers it? The advisor handbook will give you tips on what to tell your customers. It's complimentary marketing campaigns. If some of you individually send out an email blast to your customers, you can put Allianz Insurance on there. It's a sales team directory. I am your contact, and I am on there. We also have the digital brochure ordering tool on there. So it's a great resource for you. Take advantage, because you know what? The more you learn, the more you earn. So let's talk about some of the proactive benefits that Allianz offers. For example, if you put all of the information in Agent Max Online, you put in their flight number, their flights, when they're sitting at the airport, if their flight's delayed more than 5 hours, they'll get a message saying, we've noticed your flight is delayed. We'd like to pay you up to $400 for qualifying delays. That's $100 for each member without filing a claim. And, I had an agent call me once and she's like, Marilyn, is this a scam? They're telling me they're going to give me money and I didn't even get home yet. My husband got a check in the mail for $100 because I missed my flight. He said, no, it's not a scam. You can go ahead and cash that check because it's not a scam. The other thing we have is we reimburse for baggage. It's up to $300. Okay. No receipts required while you're traveling. So we're looking out for your customer, and the customer really thinks it's coming from you. So you're the one who looks like a rock star, not us, until they have to file a claim. Then it's us. And then one thing we have a new Elise app. If you guys have not downloaded it, please do so. This app has what we call, it's brand new, global doctor visit scheduling. It's easy to access customers' plans. They can file a claim right online. They have an embassy finder. And the best part is there's safety alerts. If they're in a country, there's a safety alert. And we do what we call vetting hospitals. We can't say we approve them because we're not medical professionals, but we'll go into a hospital, like say, for example, into Dubai, and they say, yep, we have an MRI machine, but you have to be royalty to use it. That would not be an approved hospital on this Elise app. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, global doctor visits. This is, to me, one of the most exciting things because you can schedule a service in person or virtually and do a doctor visit. Say you're flying to Amsterdam, you did a pre-trip and you're getting on that cruise in 3 days, you're getting a really bad headache, a sinus infection. Oh, I got to go to my app and I'm going to hit doctor visit. It's easy to use and it's a digital booking tool. It'll find a doctor by location and specialty. And claims handles all of the behind the scenes. You don't pay a dime for this. So you want to do televisit. Okay, you do a televisit with the doctor. Then the doctor says, I see there's a pharmacy 2 blocks away from you. I'm going to call in a prescription, or you need to go pick up this to help you become better. Now that is a great resource and it's totally free to your customers. So with that, and let's talk about claims because claim can be pretty mucky. I just have a couple of recommendations. Number one, we do have a claims processing app for you and your customers where you can see exactly where the claim is. Now, you may be asked to provide more information. What I tell each of my customers is, you're placing a claim on every piece of documentation you're sending to Allianz. Put the claim number on it because it will help you to process your claim quickly. I had a client just the other day, she called me and she said, I can't believe this. I placed a claim this morning and I got paid this evening. But that's how we work. We look for ways to pay people, not to deny people. So with that, here's my information. And please feel free anytime to email me. The best way to contact me is via email. You can call me, but sometimes I forget to turn this back on. I'm going to be very candid with you. And I may not see your voicemail for 3 or 4 days. So that's how you get in touch with me. And if you have questions, call Agent Services. It's 855-524-3687. Okay, with that, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to take any questions you may have. And please ask away, even if I didn't cover it on this webinar. Ask me those questions so you feel comfortable when you are talking to your customers. So, questions?
I have a question. Okay, hi, this is Melody. How are you?
Good, Melanie.
Great. I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
Um, so on the classic, the annual and the basic, say a customer is going on a trip. Say the trip is $1,500. It's a $300 non-refundable deposit. When they file a claim, are they getting back that $300 as well? Like they got sick, so they have a legitimate.
If they got sick and it's a claimable reason, they place a claim, and it doesn't matter what plan they're on, if it's a claimable reason, they will be reimbursed. But let me say, every claim is adjudicated. Now, understand this, with the annual plan, what happens if they're making a claim for trip interruption?
Mhm.
If they have a plan that's $5,000 and they make a claim for 300, then I'm not good with math. Say it's $5,000, they make a claim for $100. So they only have $4,900 left to claim that year. But on the other plans, as long as it's a claimable reason, they're fine.
Okay, so they'll get the full amount back. Okay, perfect. Cancel for any reason. The percentage back, is that 80%?
Yes, and actually, we do not call it cancel for any reason. We call it cancel anytime.
Right,
And same thing, 80% back for any reason, except for fear of travel.
right.
Except, I mean, there are exceptions. I mean, if you were prosecuted or, you know, there's just a number of different reasons, but majority of the reasons, my hair is different color, my child has a play, I can't make it, you'll be reimbursed 80%. If it's medical, you'll be reimbursed. If it is a claimable reason, you'll be reimbursed 100%.
Oh, okay. 100%. Okay, my last question is, are there plans specific to travel advisors? And, is that something that you would recommend? Because we're traveling all the time outside of the annual plan. Is there a particular plan that's just for travel agents?
Yes, we do have a travel agent plan, which is $138 a year. But understand this, when they invented that plan, it was because fam trips were free. Okay, so you have two options. Number one, you can book that, and what I'll do is I will send the form on each of the annual plans and the travel agent plan. But I need you to look at them, look at the benefits, what's profitable for you and what's not. So if you're doing a personal trip, I recommend using one of the annual plans because you're going to get 20% back because that's your commission. On the travel agent plan, there's no commission, but I'll send that information over.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much.
Great questions. Thank you, Melanie.
Hi, this is Kathy. I have a question for you. Sometimes when I talk to people, they say they have coverage through their job, that their job offers international medical coverage. Can you go over that?
Yeah, let me just go over that because I am a victim of that. I used to be the vice president of events for not IntelliTravel, Questex Media.
Mhm.
So I did the luxury travel show, I did Ultra, I did a lot of these high-end shows. And I used to travel around the world, and I thought my company had me insured. They didn't. So you may
Mhm.
want to tell your client to confirm that they are covered because people automatically assume that they are.
Mhm.
It's not automatic, Kathy. So you might want to go back and check. And the thing is that some companies do, but some companies don't, because we have companies that buy annual plans for their customers. for their
Mhm.
client, for their employees.
Mhm. Okay, and I guess it would behoove them to find out exactly what the coverage is, because they
Yeah.
may just say to me, yeah, we have coverage, and I'll say, well, what is it? And then they'll say, well, we have coverage, and I'll say, well, what is it?
Mhm.
So they're not necessarily specific, they just say it's international.
Yeah, I would have them
Mhm.
check with their company.
Mhm. Okay.
Because even if they have medical benefits through their company, when they leave the United States of America, those medical benefits do not work.
That's my initial question to you, the
Yeah.
international part, because they're
Yeah.
telling me that through their company, they have coverage internationally. So that's why I
Yeah.
was posing the question to you.
Yeah.
Have you heard of something like that? Is that the case where they
It's
possibly?
it's company to company. They really need to do the research.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Kathy.
Mhm.
Very good. I just have to
Oh,
say,
also, I'm sorry. And for
Go ahead, Kathy.
total cost of the trip, Marilyn,
Uh-huh.
um, define that to you for me. I mean, obviously it would be the resort, the air, but what else would you consider the total
If
cost of the trip?
if they do excursions or anything like that. And Kathy, that's a great question, because when you are doing a plan, you
Mm-hmm.
need to cover all known expenses.
Mm-hmm.
So like say for their example, they're going to a resort, but maybe they're going to be doing a catamaran. That
Mm-hmm.
cost, make sure include that in the plan when you're booking it. All known
Okay.
cost.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
okay, I think we have some hands that are raised.
Okay.
I think it's going to be Cleon. Do you have your hand raised? If you do, you can unmute.
Yes, thank you. Hi, Marilyn.
Hi.
Question, I just want to make sure, if I had missed it, sorry if you're repeating it again, but when it comes to selling the insurance, can I sell it to someone who's already going on a trip that I did not plan?
Yes, absolutely.
That's a good question.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I can sell it to anyone. All right,
Mhm.
awesome. That was my question. Thank you.
Okay.
That was a
You
great
have to be a
question.
US resident. You know that, right?
They
Yes,
have to
that's
be a
correct.
US resident. Okay,
Yes, they have to be a US resident, but if they are on a trip or going on a trip that you did not plan yourself, you can still sell them the insurance policy. That's a great question. Okay, Eileen, did you have a question?
Yes, I do. I will tell you, like about 9 years ago, I got hurt in Scotland, in Edinburgh, and I had United Healthcare and I had surgery over there, and they actually did cover it. I lucked out.
Well, that's good. That may have been 9 years ago, but they never
Right,
do it anymore.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I was with another host agency and I had booked a basic plan, which I did not get commission on. I'm assuming is that correct? Like you don't get commission on the basic plan?
No, you do. You do.
Maybe it was the agency I was with.
It could
And
have been the agency.
could have been. And then the other thing too was I had also booked a plan for somebody in New York. Now they were located in California. And I booked a plan for a family in Long Island. And I waited and waited. And then again, I was told I didn't get any commission. I was told they need like a certain certificate, like to sell New York. Now, again, I don't know if it's because they were located in California and didn't get this certificate.
You have to see what happens is you have to be insured. Many of the agencies can sell under the Allianz license in 48 states in the United States. New York, if you don't have a license, we cannot pay you commission. And the other state is Washington. So you have to hold an individual license. Actually, it's 2 licenses in the state of New York. you have to hold those licenses in order to get commission. So if your agency did not have those licenses, they don't get commission.
Right, they did not. So I don't know if that's the same for Just Adventures or.
Who- I,
Oh, no,
Just-
we're fully licensed.
yeah. So Samantha, yeah, you're licensed in New York, so you don't have a problem.
No.
Okay, well, I'm glad I'm. I was just like, what? Like I was just waiting, and I'm like, they're like, no, you're not. You're getting 0, and I was like, okay,
Okay, no,
good to know. Thank you.
you're welcome.
I just have to say, this is Deborah. I was on vacation last year and had an unfortunate incident that wound up in the hospital in Jamaica. But I did come home. I have the yearly plan, and I did come home and made a claim, and I was paid the next day. I couldn't believe how fast it was, and I submitted, all the documents that I had, receipts, everything, and I got an email that it was approved, and the next day it was in my bank account. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, that's what I say, is we're looking for ways to pay people, not to deny people. And Deborah, I'm glad you brought that up, because on the annual plans, it's not primary medical, except for the state of New York.
I did not know that.
Yes, the annual plans are not primary medical, except for New York.
Oh, well, then I got lucky.
You got very lucky.
I have a question. So I don't do the annual plan. Maybe I need to redo this. I actually just take out, if I'm not paying for a trip, I just do the insurance part. I'm the medical part.
Yeah, put in $500.
Yep, I put in $500 and it's so affordable. It usually comes out to like $40 or something.
Uh-huh.
But that's if I'm going on my own fam trip. So I don't know if that is the best way to do it or to do like an annual, because I do travel a lot, but I always have travel insurance. And even if it's just medical, I'm like, I'm not leaving the country without at least medical. So would it be better
Right.
to keep doing that or to get an annual plan?
Well, Samantha, if you're going on fam trips and they're paying for everything, then I would do just medical. And the other thing I wanted to say about that is that if you have customers who absolutely refuse to buy travel protection, just say to them, you know what? I really don't feel comfortable with you leaving the country without at least medical protection. So can I give you a quote for just medical and put in $500? Like Samantha said, according to their age, it could be anywhere from $45 up to, $110. But here's the caveat with that. You're getting medical and you're getting all the benefits, the medical transportation, the smart benefits, but you're not getting your trip interruption is only $1,500 because it's 150% of whatever your plan is. So Samantha, I skirted that because I wanted people to know about that. But it's according, are you doing a lot of personal travel? Because once you buy an annual plan, you can't buy medical plans. You just have to stick with that one annual plan.
Yeah, and I actually never give that out to clients. I always just do the full insurance. It's just for myself personally, because I do feel that most people that we tell need it, if we explain, because everyone thinks it's cancellation, and I'm like, cancellation is the least of your worries, right? Like, it's the least. It's the medical, it's the trip delay. I'm always losing my bags, which Deb knows now. I don't pack a suitcase. I only do a carry-on anywhere I'm going. But for me personally, I just don't leave the country without it. So I don't usually have an issue when I tell clients about just the full coverage, because I just don't want to get into that. Like, oh, you could just do
Right.
the
Because,
medical.
the thing is that what you need to understand is that, that option is there. That option is there. But like you said, Samantha, and I think you're spot on, is that they need to understand what travel, and don't call it insurance, call it travel protection is. Because you say insurance, say, oh, I got my homeowners, I got my automotive, ba, 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 ba. No, it doesn't work that way. Travel protection is totally different. And I think if you're a storyteller, that's the best part. And like you could use Deborah's example, or, you know, I had the same thing with a client who called and she couldn't believe she got paid that day. The day she put in the claim, she got paid. That's what you need to explain to people, is that it's not about cancellation. If you get hurt in a foreign country, what's your plan? What are you going to do? And I could tell you absolutely terrible, horrible stories of things that have happened to people. But I won't go there because they didn't have insurance or protection.
Hi, this is Melody again.
Hi, Melanie.
I just wanted to share that, you know, since I joined Just Adventures, I've been booking travel protection plans. I've had a couple of people who had to put in claims. Everything worked out. I've never had a problem. So I just wanted to let everybody know it's a great, great company.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate that. And the other thing that I want to say is if you have something that's going on for over 30 days, and I cannot get involved before then, if it's over 30 days with a claim, reach out to me because I have an escalation desk. And, you know, I can't do it right away because I have to give the claims department the opportunity to work on that claim.
I have a question. With the primary medical, is that for every option? Well, the three options that you put on there, the
Premier,
cancel for,
classic, and group.
right? Because the premier is to cancel for any reason. I mean, to cancel for any time. Is that the premier?
No,
that's
we
totally-
we have one that's called classic cancel anytime.
That's the one. Okay. So with the primary medical, is it just on the premier, the
No,
classic plan? Oh, go
It's
ahead.
on all
Oh,
of
it's right here.
them.
I see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Mhm.
on all of them except for the annual plans, but in New York, it's primary. They don't
Okay.
approve anything else, but they approve that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is primary medical.
Okay, so it's on basic and, I mean, is it on basic as
Um,
well?
On basic, premier, classic, group.
Okay.
Yes,
Mhm.
and the other thing that I wanted to mention is we do have commission protection. For example, you have created this wonderful trip for one of your customers. For whatever reason they canceled, they put in a claim, they got paid. Then you can go on to Agent Max and down in the resource center, it's commission protection. You get up to 20% in commission protection.
Wonderful. Does anybody else have any questions about the insurance plans or anything from Marilyn?
I have one question.
Sure.
Is there any, hi, how are you?
Good, Lydia. How are
I'm
you?
I'm Lindia.
Lindy.
Lindia.
Okay.
Is there any reason that the claim would be delayed or possibly not paid?
If they didn't, that's where I said every claim is adjudicated. I'm not in claims. So if there is a claim and they don't have the appropriate documentation, that's where I said you can go on to the claims website and see what the process of that claim is. Are there claims that can be denied? Probably, because people try to get around insurance companies, but that's why I say every claim is adjudicated. And, you know, if you had a customer that had a claim and they're getting denied after 30 days, contact me and I can look into it further. But usually they tell a person why the claim was denied.
Okay. Yeah, because my friend, she didn't book with me, but she was asking me because it wasn't denied, but she said it took 5 months pay out.
That's highly, highly unusual.
Okay.
Highly.
Okay.
Anybody else, any last minute questions for Marilyn? I am gonna put her information, her contact information on our group Facebook page and also our agent only page. So if you do have any questions that you didn't think of at this time, you can reach out. But just last call for any questions. Okay, Marilyn, I want to thank you so much for being with us tonight and taking time out of your busy day, especially late, to give us this wonderful information. And like I said, if we have any questions, I will have the agents reach out to you directly.
Okay, and Deborah, I'm going to send you to put on the agent only page, which is not to be shared with customers, the
Correct.
annual plans, just so everybody knows what they are.
Okay, perfect. That would be great. Thank you so much. And yes, that just goes to our agents, and it will not be shared with any of the
Because
clients.
it has prices on it, but those prices may change. And I
Right.
don't want to see somebody sending that out when the prices aren't correct.
Of course. Of course. Thank you. I appreciate that. And again, thank you for your time, for giving us this wonderful presentation tonight. And I hope everybody has a wonderful night.
Yes, happy selling. Take care. Bye.
Take care.